Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna try to cover a new node in Sverchok, and guess what it is? It's the Metaball node. So this was just been updated, and this was merged into the GitHub. If you wanna check it out, have a look. Um, Give it a try anyway, and update Sverchok from here. Just click on check for updates and then or show latest commit, and then you can upgrade Sverchok add-on, and you can have these Metaball nodes. And Metaball nodes in Sverchok is kind of special. Basically, all you need to provide is some kind of origin, and this can be anything. Let's actually cover some of the basics. Like you can start with a circle, for example, and by default, if I'm using normally I'm using the viewer draw. This is a good time to actually to refresh Sverchok basics. So if we are using the vertices draw, we get points being drawn like that. And if we want this to be a real object, we just click on bake and it's become real objects in Blender. And here for the metaballs, we actually just need to supply some kind of matrix transformations or the origins. This is there is this negations. I don't know what this node does yet. I mean, I don't know. I'm not familiar with it yet, but you can also check out the online documentations if you like. With the circles, we know I know that the fact that if we just plug in the vertices into the origin, we're gonna get metaballs, of course. I actually really like Metaballs. Metaballs is probably second favorite after Grease Pencil. Yeah, you can do a lot of fancy stuff really quickly because I don't know. I found Metaballs to be super powerful. It can be heavy sometimes, but you know you can do a lot of really fancy stuff because this thing, you know, when it's close together, it becomes it's kind of merged together and blends. I think it's really cool, and you can play around with the radius because this is like nodes, something like that. It's pretty cool. So you can start with, you know, okay, what is that, and then it's kind of spreading and become all this kind of cool mesh being generated on the fly. That's a circle. You can use all kind of generative nodes here. Boxes, maybe box is good, or cylinder, sphere, icosphere. Icosphere is also pretty cool. So you get that. That's actually really cool. I think metaballs in Sverchok will kind of change a lot of things. This really gives a lot of possibilities there. Let's give it a better looking material. So I did a lot of video tutorials or just live noding on Sverchok and animation nodes, and a lot of them looks like a little bit technical, you know, and looks like a text demo, but maybe you can actually turn it into something that's a little bit better when you render it out, and that's usually what people want to see, you know, like better representations of 3D. So that's icosphere. Let's check what else we have here. We have plenty to try. Generator, spline. Actually, for me, I really like just grease pencil and Metaball. We should try that, or even like we can bring in Suzanne, or I don't know if it's gonna crash or not, but grease pencil definitely it's gonna be pretty easy. We have grease pencil there, and then Control P, GP, grease pencil. We have this grease pencil converter, and just plug this into the origin of Metaballs. this one for the grease pencil, just pick the frame. There we go, we have our metaballs and grease pencil. I actually really like this, and let's see if we can play around with the radius for each of these points. I don't know, let's try random number, plug this in. Let's see if this is actually factorized. Maybe it is. It is actually factorized, and this is really cool actually. The developer name, I think Portnov. Portnov made this happening inside Sverchok. This is really cool. This is like something you probably never seen inside Blender. Okay, you might have seen it in different form, but this is unusual. So you can do that kind of effects very easily. That's with the grease pencil. Actually, grease pencil and vector noise, always you're gonna get something pretty surprising. Oh, actually, I shouldn't just plug that in like that. Just vector math. This goes in there. Let's add them together. Plug this in. Plug that in. So we have that. We can randomize the purlin. Maybe add more sampling along the line. So this thing seems to be pretty fast. How many points we have now? List length. Check number of points. Oh, actually, we can see it here. 76. Okay, 76 metaballs. Still pretty fast. I don't know if we plug in Suzanne, maybe it's gonna crash. I'm not sure yet. We can try something like Torus first. So this is like a normal Torus. We can bring it into Sverchok. Just all this live noding is all about this Metaballs nodes. It's still alpha. Objects in get selection. This guy, unplug everything, plug this into the origin. So now, okay, the torus become that's metaballs, even though the metric is not being calculated. You know why? Because it's in Sverchok you need to apply the matrix first. That's the transformations. So now the metaball is conforming to the torus. It's kind of cool as well. You can get that very easily. This guy is still Metaball. If you want to turn this into a mesh, currently you can do it and using this another objects in. Just bring it to Sverchok, I think, and grab the Metaballs. Wonder if that's possible. So would be nice to have this object output here as well, but for now we can just grab our metaballs, select our metaballs objects, get selection, meta alpha, okay, viewer draw, and plug that in, and now we should be able to bake it. Now we have actual mesh. So that's one way to convert it into real objects. So I found these nodes to be pretty fast, so we can try Suzanne. It might crash, but we check it out anyway. So Suzanne, get selection, wait for a few seconds, and yep, I think it crashes. So maybe Suzanne has too much points for now, but that's a quick look at the Sverchok alpha nodes for Metaballs. I think it has a lot of potential. I think I need to look at it properly first and then gonna give it a try on the next live noding. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you